Hi, I'm Shannon Rollins with Shannon Rollins Real Estate. Are you thinking of selling your home in the near future and know you need to make some upgrades? Well, I've got 10 quick, easy, inexpensive tips for you that'll help maximize the value of your home. Ten easy tips. These will help you maximize the value of your home. The first is kitchen cabinets. I can't tell you how many buyers I've had tell me they really want a white, bright, cheery kitchen. Buyers really love those white kitchens. So if you have painted cabinets and they need touched up, consider painting them white. If you have stain cabinets and you don't want to go through the trouble of painting them, be sure your stain is in great shape. And if you have some doors that you can't replace or repair, you still may want to consider having them painted. Now, if you have an island, accent islands are really popular right now. But if you're selling, be sure to select a color that is more of a neutral tone like the whites and grays. A bright red or a bright blue may not appeal to as many buyers. The second item are cabinet poles. When you go into kitchens in the model homes, you see the kind of modern, sleek little poles. Well, you can go on Amazon and buy a pack of 30 of those for under $50. It's very inexpensive and you can upgrade the whole look of your kitchen or your bathrooms or both at a very inexpensive cost to you. The third thing is setting up seating areas on your back porch, back patio. It helps buyers envision entertaining and living there. Something as easy as a charming bistro table or a couple inexpensive plastic Adirondack chairs from Lowe's or Home Depot with cute little pillows on the front, that adds a lot of appeal to make the buyer envision living there. The fourth thing is the light switches and the plates. If they are not bright white and they've gotten yellowed over time, which that happens, it's time to replace them. You can do that for less than $1 on each of them, and it really will brighten the home and make it feel clean. The next item is moldings. Adding some moldings into your home, crown molding, it really elevates your home. So if you can't afford to do it through the whole home, you may consider doing it just in the public areas, in the living room and in the owner suite. That will really heighten the value of your home. The next thing is using space as it's intended. If you have a dining room but you've been using it as a playroom, clean it up and put a dining room table in there. Also a bedroom. If you've been using it as an office space, you need to go ahead and stage it as a bedroom. If a buyer is visiting your home and you don't have a dining room table in the dining room, they can't determine easily if their dining room table is going to fit. So that will help the buyer determine if your house is a good fit for them. The next thing is if you have a lot of personal photos, like a wall of family photos, it's probably time to go ahead and pack them up and paint that wall. Or if you have a lot of decor that is specific to maybe going on vacations that you've collected over time, you might want to go ahead and pack that up now too. When you go into a model home, you notice that designers design it to be more neutral and appealing so it can appeal to as many people as possible. And when it's time to sell, that's what you need to do as well. The next item is fixtures and lighting. If you can get rid of some of those bright shiny brass fixtures from the 90s, that'll help. But an easy thing to do is you can take them down and spray paint it. You can get a can of primer and paint, that's one can, from Lowe's or Home Depot, and spray it to the color that you want. By the way, you can do this with your poles that are on your cabinet as well if the style is still, pretty current. Quick, easy, but both of those things will really make a big difference in your home. Neutral paint, that goes a long ways. If you have a room that needs touched up anyway, go ahead and paint it a neutral color. A color that is very specific to a person's like might turn off another buyer, so it's better to make it neutral. And if you have wallpaper, don't take down the wallpaper because that can create a mess. Instead, just have the painter cut the seam that's between the paper where it comes together. They mud it and fan it out, sand it, and then paint over the whole room. It makes a big difference in all price ranges of homes. Same on the outside of your home. If you need to touch up the paint on the outside of your home, go ahead and do that. The last thing is upgrading your curb appeal and landscaping. Are your flower beds cleaned up, free of weeds, fresh mulch? Is the grass mowed and blowed and edged? Get everything cleaned up and then consider, do you need to upgrade or add some landscaping? I always like to have fresh flower beds. If you have no flower beds, you might consider adding them. There's almost something blooming all year around, so you can have some kind of bloom that can make it welcoming. Or put some potted plants on your porch that might also give it that fresh feel. And if you have overgrown shrubs, trim them down. If you trimming them down creates just big sticks, then it might be time to replace those foundation shrubs. Yank them out, put in something younger, and makes the whole house look better. So you may consider doing all of that. One last item. If your neighbor has not been able to maintain their yard, maybe they've been sick or are not home very much or something like that, you may consider helping them out and getting it mowed and cleaned up, because it will impact the value of your home. So if you're thinking of selling and need some guidance on what you should and shouldn't do, give us a call. My team and I are on standby 7 days a week. We're ready to help you take the smoother road to sold.